Despite how my parents felt about it, my older brother Louis was a regular cannabis user who used cannabis for his anxiety and PTSD. My brother passed away at a young age, but I know he would have been amazed to see what is happening today, and to see that, thanks to Governor Murphy, cannabis is now legally available for any adult over 21 in New Jersey. In all honesty, a big part of the reason I started using cannabis was because of my late brother. As his younger sister, I never understood his desire to smoke. I had no experience, and I always believed smoking was taboo. When my brother passed and I fell into my own depression, I realized the benefits of responsible cannabis use. I went from barely eating and never leaving my room to living life for him. I would have loved for him to be a part of this day in history, and I hope he's up there lighting one up for us right now. Cannabis plays a huge role in my life. When I consume cannabis, I'm not as anxious. I can focus on assignments and reflect and process my thoughts. The world becomes clearer. I can honestly say that cannabis has gotten me through a lot of good and bad times. I want to show people that you can have a good time while still consuming something that is good for you. Growing up, I never would have thought that I'd see the day where cannabis will play a major role in my life, let alone my career. But especially by working with medical patients during my time at Zen Leaf, I have seen countless instances where marijuana has helped people. As part of the industry, I want to show skeptics that you can be successful and be a marijuana user. I am committed to this goal, especially as we open for recreational sales. Now that we are opening our doors to the public, we are opening up more career opportunities, we are promoting awareness and bringing in money for our communities. As our state transitions from medical-only marijuana to also include recreational, I feel it is our duty to kill the stigma of cannabis and create a better world for our state for those who have suffered or been stigmatized due to marijuana use. Especially those whose lives were destroyed by being unfairly sent to prison, or families who were ripped apart due to outdated laws. In May, I will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Media Communications from Full Sail University, and my goal is to utilize my degree to bring awareness to the benefits of cannabis and hopefully make cannabis legal federally. But until then, I am proud that I live in a state like New Jersey where we are taking the step and ending the senseless prohibition on marijuana. I hope to be the face of cannabis in New Jersey and bring everyone together to put the prescription down and pick up a joint or eat an infused gummy. Now it is my great pleasure to welcome U.S. Navy veteran and one of our medical patients, Hadi Fatis.
Thank you, Destiny. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hadi Fatis, and I'm honored to have been invited to speak at this special event today. Today is the day that we've all been waiting for, the sale of recreational cannabis. I'm an Elizabeth resident, a King University alum, and I have served in the United States Navy. I, along with others, have benefited from the New Jersey Medical Cannabis Program. I suffer from PTSD and anxiety, as well as a personality dissociative disorder. My daily medication, including cannabis, helps me function through the day. Even though today is about the sale of recreational cannabis, the state of New Jersey has made sure that medical patients like me are not going to be left behind. Here at Zen Leaf, for example, we are taking many steps to make sure that people like me can get our medicine. At Zen Leaf, the first and last hour of the day will be for medical sales only. They will have special parking for medical patients. There will be curbside pickup and home delivery for medical patients only. There are exclusive areas in the store for medical patients to help us avoid the lines, and medical patients get express check-in. These steps have all been taken because of the Murphy administration's focus on medical marijuana patients. And I am grateful that we are being looked out for. And I want to thank Governor Murphy for making sure that medical patients in New Jersey aren't forgotten as the recreational market begins. But today is not only about me. Now anyone 21 and older can walk into a dispensary and purchase recreational cannabis. It has been through my personal experience that I know that the accessibility of cannabis is very important to everyone, whether it's medical or medicinal, recreational, and it's always good. It feels good to walk up into a dispensary to see a familiar and knowledgeable bud tender to help you out, say hello, and shake their hand. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce today the state governor, Governor Phil Murphy.
Got to duck under that tent. You weren't kidding, Nick. Good morning, everybody. Big day in Jersey. I want to thank Destiny. Let me start by thanking you. That was an incredible story. God bless your late brother, and God bless you, and congratulations on your attendance. So impressive. And to your Zen Leaf colleagues, Sunny, Yisha, Izzy, your corporate CEO and COO who are here with us today, Council Mike McQueenie, so many others. Thanks for welcoming us so graciously. Hadi, where'd you go? You're hiding over there. Hadi Batiste, thank you for that introduction and for telling your story and for your service to our nation and for putting a face to our ongoing efforts to enacting equitable and common sense cannabis policy. I'm incredibly honored today to be joined by Senate President Nick Scutari, Speaker Craig Coughlin, Assemblyman Reginald Atkins, Mayor Chris Bolwich, members of council, commissioners, other VIPs. I know a lot of New Jerseyans have been waiting for today, including yours truly. And because of that, I will be brief so Destiny and her team here at Zen Leaf can focus on tending to the customers behind me without making things harder on them. This is a moment I'm incredibly proud to see us get to. Getting to today was a cornerstone promise in social and economic justice that I made nearly 6 years ago when I first began seeking this office. Getting to this moment was also the hope of the overwhelming majority of New Jerseyans who supported establishing our legal adult use cannabis marketplace and industry in 2020. But what makes me even more proud is the way in which we got here. I know there are some who expected to vote for legal cannabis on November 3rd, 2020 and be able to purchase it on November 4th. If it only were that simple. The overriding need was for us to make sure that we got this right the first time. It took long hours of working alongside our extraordinary legislative leaders and partners to ensure the statutory backbone for this industry was sound. Again, I thank both the Senate President and Speaker in particular for their leadership. And I want to say to Nick in particular, he's been fighting this fight for 17 years. And we would not be here today, Nick, without you. I headed my own journey, a seminal lunch with Nick in 2014, so 8 years ago. We spent 2 hours, and it was then that Nick hooked me on the need, the compelling central rationale to legalize this as it relates to social justice and the fallout from the war on drugs, and Nick in particular, I thank. It took many hours, I need not tell the folks who are associated with this, to draft and review proposed industry regulations and to put out applications for those who hope to be part of the adult use marketplace. And in this, I am grateful to the many industry partners and community advocates who have worked with us. While this task could not happen overnight, the overriding need was to ensure our industry could stand as a model for other states in the nation, not just in ensuring racial, social, and economic equity and justice, but in ensuring a viable long-term framework for the industry at large. And Destiny, I share your hope that we have a federal fix to this sooner than later. This task fell to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission, and I want to give them a shout out, led by Chair Diana Huenu, Executive Director Jeff Brown, Commissioners Vice Chair Sam Delgado. Sam was with us. Where are you, Sam? Great to see you, buddy. Charles Barker, Maria Del Cid Casso, and Krista Nash. To be sure, it was not glamorous work. It was hard work. And I'm proud of the Commission's work in particular to ensure that adult use sales would begin in a way that protects the 130,000 New Jerseyans, folks just like Hadi, who rely on marijuana for medicinal purposes. Today's launch of adult use sales is an important milestone. Today is the start of an entirely new industry in our state. But we all must remember that this is not the end of the journey, that this is just the beginning. We still have a long way to go before this industry fully develops. An industry that will create many new good-paying jobs and is projected to exceed more than $2 billion in sales within the next 4 years. And we remain committed to ensuring that the industry grows in a way that reflects the diversity of our state and offers opportunities for any New Jerseyan who wishes to be a part of it. The legal adult use cannabis industry will not only be an engine of our future economic growth, but of our ongoing efforts to ensure economic and social equity and justice, and to undo the decades of damage to our communities from the failed war on drugs. Before I close, I want to give a shout out to the leadership team of our union brothers and sisters, in this case, the United Food and Commercial Workers Union Local 60. You guys deserve a big dear friend, President Sam Farino, Organizing Director Hugh Giordano, and Cannabis Director Tom Donahue in particular. God bless you guys and thank you for everything you do. We are, after all, the quintessential union state. To everyone who has played a part in getting to today, I say not only congratulations, but also thank you, and I also say, let's keep going. With that, it's my honor to bring a guy up again. I said a minute ago, without him, we would not be here today. Please help me welcome Union County Zone, the Senate President, Nick Scuteri.
Thank you, Governor, and I appreciate that. We wouldn't be here without the Governor, for sure, because first of all, it's my Chief of Staff, Tony Teixeira's birthday today, and I point that out, happy birthday, Tony, because he was at the dinner when I first kind of announced that I was going to legalize marijuana in the state of New Jersey, and that was in probably 2004, my first year as a state senator, and I got laughed at. And that laughing continued for years and years. Until we ended up gathering a bunch of legislators, going out to Colorado and showing them firsthand really what was going on out there. I dragged Steve Sweeney, the Senate President, along with me, and we were fortunate to pick up the Speaker of the Assembly later on as a new Speaker to actually get some momentum on this. But you saw all the fits and starts. This was an impossible task at some point. So congratulations to all of you for getting this done. And to the people of the state of New Jersey, which we needed to go to get their vote. And even after we passed it by a 2/3 margin, we still couldn't get it passed for months and months. And then 3 weeks ago, we couldn't get the licenses going. So you see how hard this process has been. And that's why I have been so hard on the process for the last few months, just because we're right here, we're at the precipice. So sitting here today, after this journey, don't expect me to take on any more of these issues. I don't have another 17 years in me. But it really is a momentous day. I wasn't sure we'd ever get here, but I appreciate that we are, and I want to thank the Governor for his support. And that's true, the first lunch I ever had with the Governor when he was still a candidate, I brought it up because I wanted to know where he was on it, because if he wasn't going to be in favor of it, it's going to be hard to support him. And at that point, he wasn't there yet, but he did come around to it and then became our #1 cheerleader. So Governor, thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you. But to the people of New Jersey, the end is near for what has happened to a nation. Not just the stigma, but the ruining of lives, the destruction of an economy, the stopping of careers and lives before they ever got started. And that was the reason that I ever did this in the first place, just because the insanity and the stupidity I always thought about with the war on drugs. It was an absolute misstep of the 70s and 80s, and people in my age group still can't really come to grips that marijuana is legal today. They can't come to grips with it. It's going to happen, though. It's going to take time, just like alcohol did when Prohibition ended with respect to that. But today is a momentous and historic day. I couldn't be thrilled more to be here, right here in Elizabeth, with the mayor of Elizabeth, my good friend, allowing this place to site his town. Not all mayors are doing this, so Mayor, thank you for that. Appreciate your... And I really think that the towns that are not are really going to miss out. They're going to be sorry that they didn't as time goes on. So with that, I don't want to take up too much time. Thanks so much for being here. Congratulations to everybody, and let me have a little history in today's New Jersey. Thank you, everybody.
Dick, thank you for your gracious words and for your leading this charge for 17, maybe even 18 years. And we're here at long last. It takes a village, and in this case it took, as Nick said, over 2/3 of New Jerseyans to vote for this. And then it took both chambers of our legislature working with our team and the Cannabis Commission to get to today. And we couldn't have better leaders in both of these chambers. Please help me welcome the Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Kaufman.
Is long if I have the duck. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for coming out. What a great day this is for New Jersey. What an exciting time it is. And thanks to our friends at Zen Leaf for hosting us today. You can see what the excitement that you can feel it as you walk by the line. You talk to the people who've been here since early this morning. Talked to Sonny. He told me the first person he saw was at 6:15 this morning. So it's been really a great time. And think of how brisk business will be when we all get the hell out of here and stop taking up half of the parking places. So congratulations to everybody who made this possible. It's great to be here with the governor and with Senator Scutari, to my legislative colleagues. You'll hear from Reverend Atkins in just a minute or two. This has been a process that has taken a very, very long time. I began long after Senator Scutari, Senate President Scutari, back in 2018 when I became the Speaker, and you heard the Senator allude to the fact that there was a trip to Colorado, and I went on that, and I was, like most of us, with an open mind and some skepticism. And in the process of doing that, I met with business administrators from communities outside of Denver. I met with pediatric emergency room doctors, police, government officials, and became convinced that this was the right thing to do for New Jersey. And today, it all comes to fruition. And so I see today the things that I believe were going to be true way back when. Now, as the Senate President talked about, this has been an arduous task. That doesn't just happen. It's the product of an awful lot of hard work, a lot of compromise, a lot of challenges and hills to climb. But because all of you who know and are familiar with the legislative process, you know it's hard to do. But with the incredible leadership and the vision of the now Senate President Scutari, we've shouldered through that process, and it wouldn't have happened, of course, without the steadfast support of the governor, who made it a priority to get this done. And because of that, New Jersey's in the foreground. And we did it in the right way. I think our bill is a model for the rest of the country. It is thoughtful, it's thorough, it includes any number of aspects, and it addresses some of the things that are really at the heart of our New Jersey values. Things like equity, things like making sure that regular New Jerseyans, not just big corporations, have the opportunity to succeed. And so there are things like conditional licenses. There's an excise tax which dedicates the funds to things that are important to addressing the needs of New Jersey and the communities that were adversely affected, particularly by the war on drugs that the governor noted was so failed. So today we mark the start of a new industry. Let's not ignore that. It's not just a seismic shift in public policy relative to the use of cannabis. It's also the beginning of a new industry. I talked to Sonny told me I think there's 25 employees here and 40 more are on the way. That's the kind of economic growth that we knew would come from this kind of facility. So for all of us, this is an exciting day. For all of us, this is a good day for New Jersey, and it's a real success story. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for being a part of it. Let me be a small part of it as well. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Getting to today was difficult, as we've all spoken. Getting under that tent is probably the most difficult part of the difficult. Craig, thank you, and thank you for your leadership. Could not have better partners in government than the Senate President and Speaker. Last but not least, importantly, also a Union County guy, a great new face in the Assembly. Please help me welcome Reverend Reginald Atkins. Come on down.
thought I was going to have baptism over there. Thank you so very much to our governor and to our Senate President, Nick Scutari, and to our Assembly Speaker, Craig Coughlin. And we want to welcome you to the 20th Legislative District here in the state of New Jersey, where our Senator is Joseph Cryan and my running mate is Annette Kiana. So happy to be in a city that embraces change, and that's under the leadership of Mayor Chris Bowledge. So let's give them a big round of applause. So I'm just coming to the assembly, and what I realize is that New Jersey has entered into a new era. It's filled with great potential. And it's filled with great potential because we have great leaders such as our Senate President who championed this particular piece of legislation. Today marks a millstone for our leadership and also for the people of the state of New Jersey. It marks not only a millstone, but it marks a true journey that we can do it if we stick together and just continue to move forward. So thank you very much to our governor, thank you very much to our Senate President, and thank you to our Speaker who got everybody together to make sure that this happened. I'm not for sure if you went in or not, but it looks good in there. I'm not going to tell you what it smells like. Thank you. I can't say that. But it looks good, and I'm very, very excited. With this particular industry, there will be job growth. We're literally looking at a little over $2 billion coming to the state of New Jersey. Innovative. That's the type of leadership that we have here in the state of New Jersey. It's an investment of opportunities for people to get into. It's also going to increase our tax revenue that will propel our state economy to move forward. So once again, I'm so grateful to be a part of this group, and I'm happy that we're moving New Jersey forward in such a manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Reginald. As they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. I want to thank Destiny. Good luck to you. Hadi, likewise, and thank you for your service to our nation. Senate President, Speaker, Assemblyman, Mayor, members of UFCW, to the Zen Leaf team, Sonny, you and your colleagues, to the corporate partners who are here, to each and every one of you. Big shout out to the city of Elizabeth and Union County. Big day in New Jersey. Take care, everybody.